Hey, good morning, Shlog fans. It's Morgan coming to you on the way to the shop. It's, man, we had such a brilliant ride last night and a great day yesterday at the shop. Hope you guys check that out. If you haven't, I'll put the card up here for yesterday's Shlog. It was really fun going up on the plateau, getting up in the snow and banging through snowbanks and just having a lot of fun. Today's going to be another awesome day. We'll hopefully be putting the YZ250 back together. I got to work on the Husqvarna 350, putting a shift shaft in it and rebuilding a shock, and I don't know, whatever else comes our way. It's going to be a busy day. Thank you guys for joining us. If you like what we're doing, if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It means a lot and it really helps us spread this gospel of two wheels around the world. I love you guys. Let's get on with the daily Shlog. All right, guys, so amazingly enough, it's already 3:20 and I haven't even been in here on the camera because it has been absolutely nuts, which is so wonderful. So many people coming in, ordering parts, buying parts, picking up bikes, dropping off bikes. I still haven't even checked everything in. It's craziness, but Zach Sheets has been doing good stuff. I think. I know. He has. Just a little tiny crack in the YZ cases. No, he's putting YZ cases back together. It looks like look at that. There's a bearing in there. Nice. So yeah, we're gonna keep going on that. While he's doing that, I'm going to assemble a shock that I took apart a while ago, but it had a bad part in it that we had to get from KTM. So we got that part. Now we're putting it back together for Mr. Hauk. Yeah, so it's a day, guys. It's a day. And let it sit for a bit while it sets up. So, hang on. All right, so Mr. Sheets has the bearings, main bearings in place. Now it is time to, quote unquote, make a big gooey mess, which is true. So, yeah, on, oh good, you got that one in there. That's like, anyway. So guys, here's one mistake I've made in the past, out of so very many, but that little O-ring, yeah, I've forgotten to put that in. That's awesome. You get to split the cases again when you do that. That's awesome, for free. So, what we're going to do is we're going to get some, did you ever get some gasket? Okay, good, yeah. So we're going to get some of the, which one is it called? 3-bond 1184. It's Yamabond, Honda, whatever. And we're going to run a bead around this whole rig. And then we're going to let it sit for like 2 or 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. We're going to let that sit while we put the crank in this side. And then while that's doing its thing and drying, it'll tack up and stay in place. And then we put it together. And when you do that, the whole point of like letting it sit like that is you let it tack up so that when you squeeze the cases together, it doesn't just go everywhere. So yeah, that's what Mr. Sheets is going to do right now. See, I just run it every little surface, and you don't need much, right? Because it squishes out. But yeah, run it on every surface that obviously machines, like you don't need that, but all that, and then we'll take that case half over and put the crank in it.
Do around this?
I just go around it about where the O-ring would be. Yeah. All right. Leave him to it so he doesn't yell at us. All right, so now to bleed it with our super duper cool bleed cup that somehow or another I just found out about. By the miracle of whatever, it showed up from Davis. The one that I back ordered. So I am gonna get it done tomorrow. I was hoping to get it done today, but it's just not. Well, I'm still probably gonna it might get done today, but it'll be out. So if you've been watching long, you know that I love these bleed cups. And let me just kind of show you why and how they work. So you fill the shock with fluid. I pump it up and down a little bit to try to bleed some air out of here while it's, super easy. You put it all together, and then you put this bleed cup thing on here, and what it does is it gives you this reservoir of fluid up and above the shock. So as you push it, it's first of all not trying to squirt it out all over you, and then also you got this reservoir of extra fluid up here, so bubbles can come out, it can suck in, and you don't accidentally suck more air in. It's just really cool. They're like $60. I'll put a link in the description if you want to buy them on Amazon. They're just awesome, honestly. So really stoked about that. Again, thank you, Aoki. They're great. All right, so we are ready to push the crank down into its home. So we are going to push on this thing, and probably a lot of you guys are gonna go, whoa, 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 careful. Fair enough, but we're gonna be super duper careful as we push it. We're not gonna push until it can squeeze it and get this thing out of true. Trust me when I say that I've done this a whole bunch of times. I've never had a problem. We're not gonna mess up the threads. We're not gonna mess up the true of the crank. We're just gonna go nice and easy, because the crank actually slides into the bearing easier than the bearing slides into the case. So now we're going to yeah, it's good enough because it won't really take too much force. So got to make sure the rod is in here in this area, otherwise you'll pinch it on the case. I'm just going to ease her on down. See, it's taking Zach's sheets almost no effort. Now we're going to take the other case half. It's been sitting for now actually quite a few minutes because we had a lot of people coming in and talking on the phone anyway. So, but it's good because this is nice and tacky. It's not going to run when we flip it over. Always want to make sure we got all our dowel pins in their home. Do we have one? Oh yeah, one's over there. That's okay. Sweet. So now flip her over, and you want to. There we go. You gotta, as you're doing this, you gotta pay attention to the tranny bearing, or tranny shaft, counter shaft. There we go. Make sure that's lined up with everything. It looks like we're good. Now, big socket will set down and go over that. We're gonna take up a little bit of that space there, and now we're gonna push them together. Is that turned all the way? No, it was not. All right, so as you come down, obviously we want to be super duper careful as we do this, because this is one of the times where making a little mistake can cost lots of time and money. So we're all good. Now we're just going to come nice and easy, and you want to make sure it goes down nice and level. So there we go. And the transmission, this bearing doesn't really fit tight at all, so it should come down easy, but you just want to pay attention and make sure nothing's cocked. And do what Zach's doing. Watch closely. There we go. And then keep going. I like to, right there. So you see how it all starts squirting out? That's good. We can stop right there. Cut her loose. Now you want to check again. Make sure that that is moving nice and freely as it's together. Because if it's not, you've got something out of whack or too tight or whatever. So now we're good. Now we can take it back over. We can put our case bolts in. That's probably going to be all we get done today with this. But join us again tomorrow as we just keep building this thing up. So go ahead and grab that thing. Now, when you're tightening case bolts, you want to, get them all in their place, make sure they're all in the right place. And I do it the same way. I've mentioned it before, that I don't like put them in a special place, like in a cardboard deal or whatever, because they should all stick out about the same amount, which is going to be about like that. So even these shorter ones are only going to stick out about that much. Oh, he messed up. Oh, we got it right now.
So much pressure.
Oh, he's doing a good job. All right, so now I like to get like my T-handle Allens or whatever, run them down until they're just snug, and then we get the torque wrench out and torque them all down. So, and these bolts are 6mm bolts. So pretty much all 6mm bolts on anything get about 8 foot-pounds of torque. So that's what we're gonna set them at. All right, so Zach got the bottom end all back together. Crank moves just like it's supposed to. That's something you always want to check when you tighten down these bolts. You want to do them in a crisscross pattern, get them all torqued to spec. You want to make sure that after you do that, that this moves nice and free. It's okay if there's a little bit of drag on it, because it's going to find its home when you break it in. You put a couple heat cycles on it, but you want to make sure it moves. Otherwise, it's binding up. So, hey, Miguel. So, guys, end of the day, we're packing things up. I'm gonna wash my bike, but I want to talk to you about these Michelin Starcross 5 mediums because I'm testing them for you guys and for Michelin and for Nitro Moose, because Nitro wants to know how their Platinum Moose is doing these. So initial first impression, just like the overall overarching belief about them, is big thumbs up. I really like these tires. They work great in the desert. I got about 100 miles on them in the desert and like the dry kind of whatever, and they work really, really well out there. The back has really good traction. It doesn't spin up too fast. You know when it's going to spin. The front feels stable under hard braking, even in turns. So last night, if you guys watched the Shlog from yesterday, we went up and into the snow and the mud, and it worked great there too. I had the one giant crash, I'm sure you guys saw. That one hurt. Had nothing to do with the tires. I hit a rolly rock while I was in a turn, and things happen. But honestly, I feel really confident on the tires. I like them a lot. I don't know if I like the front as much as an M59, but it's really close. It's gonna really come down to how long it lasts and how it holds up under time. And like, the thing about the M59 is that even when it's getting kind of rounded off and starting to lose some side knobs, it still works really well. This one still looks great. So let's take a look at them real fast while we're out here in the sun. So I feel like they look good. As much as I spin the tire and things like that, I feel like it's pretty good. I thought I felt a bent rotor, but I don't think so. There's the front. Front looks good. After the same, 130 hours, looks good. It's got some good flex to it. I like them on the Platinum Mooses too. I had some comments saying that the back is kind of bouncy, things like that. I haven't really noticed that. So I like them, guys. For the money, they're right in there with all the other tire, good high quality tires as far as price. So I think they're awesome. I don't know what the price is right now. I'll probably put it up here on the screen for you so that you know, but they're great tires. I'm really happy. I think I'll definitely run another set. I'm still waiting on the IRC, what are they, 77 Dakota. Anyway, I'm waiting on those to put on the tubeless setup. They're back ordered right now, so I'm just gonna run these for now. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. Bike's working great with the JD jetting and all that stuff. If you watched the Shlog yesterday, you hear the thing's running great. That's at like almost 10,000 feet. So, and I didn't touch anything. It works really, really good. End of the day, guys, I'm out of here. I'm gonna wash this bike. I actually still have parts to check in because it was such a crazy day. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the new subscribers, all you new subscribers. Giant thank you. We're getting really close to cutting this hair. When we hit 3,000, I'm gonna buzz my hair on here on YouTube and just shave that thing down. But I'm not touching it until I do, but we're really close to under 300 left. So I'm super stoked. Thank you very much for that. All you patrons, I cannot tell you thank you enough. I'm using the money that you guys are giving me to save up to buy a better camera for shop use. I just need better shots of actual mechanical things. This GoPro does okay. My other camera is okay. but I want a camera that will really get good, clear video up close on like doing mechanical stuff. So I'm saving that money, guys. Thank you very much. We're gonna get there here pretty quick. I love you guys so much. Get out, spread the gospel of two wheels, and please, it's springtime. You gotta find some time to ride your dirt bikes.